everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I'm coming at you today with a makeup tutorial. First thing we want to do is prime and prep our eyes. I love using the Urban Decay primer potion as it helps my eyeshadows stay in place all day long. I like to use the original formula, although I do like the Eden as well, but I have the original right now. That's my fiance just saying goodbye. The next thing I like to do is to prep my face. I love using sunscreen. I used a moisturizer before putting on sunscreen. I love using the Roche Posay SPF 50. Before that, I moisturized with my Arbonne anti-aging skin line. I love the serum from that skin line. All the products will be listed down below, you guys, with links to get to them and pricing. Of course, this tutorial would not be possible without this beautiful palette. This is the Arbonne It's All in the Eyes palette, volume 2. So Arbonne has just come out with these eyeshadow palettes. One is a very cool toned eyeshadow palette and the other one's very warm. I chose to go with the cool. Taking my Real Techniques buffing brush, I'm dipping into the color Marble and I'm putting that all over my lid. I like to set my eyes with a color that's close to my skin tone because I find that it helps blend eyeshadows a lot better. So just taking that color Marble once again, which is somewhat of a matte, kind of satin looking finish eyeshadow. It's a very pretty eyeshadow. If you guys want a full in-depth review on this eyeshadow palette, please leave me a comment down below and I'd be more than happy to do that for you guys. Then I'm taking my Anastasia Beverly Hills Renaissance palette brush. It came in that palette. And I'm taking the color Geedy or Geed, I guess it's called. It's kind of like a mauve-y, mid-tone mauve, and I'm just putting that all over my crease. As you guys can see, these blend really beautifully. No weird patchiness, and they kick up some, but not too much powder. So they're very smooth, very nice, very easy to work with. I really enjoy this palette. Then taking my MAC 224 blending brush, and I'm just making sure that everything is blended out evenly. Then I'm going back into the palette and I'm using the color Aurora just to deepen my crease color a little bit more, making it sort of like a smoky eye. So this is kind of like my everyday smoky eye look. I love to use purples. I find that they make brown eyes pop. Also green eyes do really nicely with like purple eyeshadows. Then taking my NYX or NYX eyeliner in the color brown. It's the retractable pen. Just lining my eyes with that. I'm not winging it out. I'm just making a regular eyeline. And that's it for the eyes. Next thing, we're moving on to the face. I'm using the Hourglass foundation. I believe it's called the Veil Seamless Foundation. It's the stick foundation. I really like this foundation, you guys. Obviously, I am putting on way too much in this video. I apologize. I like to go a little bit crazy with my foundation. You really don't need that much. Really, it's like one swipe in each section of your face would be more than enough. This foundation is very pigmented, so a little goes a long way. Then taking my Huda Beauty foundation blending brush, I'm just blending in that foundation all over my face, making sure that it's all nice and even. Like I said, this foundation is very beautiful. It goes on semi-matte, and I find that it doesn't go into my creases, and I'm not an oily mess by the end of the day. I have an oily T-zone, and this foundation does not settle into my fine lines, and it doesn't leave me oily after an 8-hour use. It goes on very smoothly, as you guys can see. It's a very beautiful finish, and it's very pigmented, definitely medium. Then I'm going in with my concealer. I like to use the L'Oreal Age Rewind Concealer, and I believe it's in the lightest color. I believe it's called Light. The foundation color that I was using is Nude. And I'm just using the concealer to conceal certain spots on my under eyes and to highlight as well. Taking my beauty blender, I'm just buffing everything in, blending it nicely. I love the beauty blender for blending concealer. If you guys have never tried a beauty blender, you have been living under a rock. You need to try the beauty blender. It's absolutely a phenomenal makeup tool. And if you're a makeup artist, you definitely need it in your kit. Highly, highly recommend the beauty blender. Love it. As you guys can see, super easy. The next thing is to set my concealer, and I'm using the Hourglass Veil Setting Powder. It's just a loose powder. I really like this powder. It gives you kind of a satin finish. It doesn't leave you looking cakey at all. It's very light. I just love buffing it in. I'm using an e.l.f. face brush and just patting it in, and like I said, blending it nicely, making sure to buff it into the skin. It goes on very light. A little goes a long way with this too, you guys. You don't really need a lot. As you can see, I'm not dipping the brush back into the product that much. So taking another palette brush from one of my Urban Decay palettes, I'm going into the color Quartz and just putting that on my brow bone. Then taking another e.l.f. angled brush, I'm going in with this NARS palette. It has a highlighter, bronzer, and blush. I can't link this one down below, you guys, because it was a limited edition palette. But the bronzer I'm using is Laguna, and the blush that I'm going to be using is Orgasm. So you can get the duo. I've linked the duo down below if you guys are interested in that product. I really like this bronzer. I find that it's like one of the most natural looking bronzers for my skin tone, and I'm kind of like a neutral olive tone skin. So I really enjoy that. And the Orgasm blush is like a must-have. If you guys haven't tried that blush, you definitely need it in your kit, especially if you're a makeup artist. It's a beautiful, beautiful blush. Next thing is I'm taking the Benefit Gimme Brow, and I'm just defining my eyebrows. I don't like to really do like a heavy brow. I like to keep my brows looking kind of natural. So if I don't use the Gimme Brow, I like to use the Anastasia Beverly Hills Wiz pencil. And I usually use like the medium color, or I'll use the Benefit pomade. Next, I'm going in with a liquid lipstick from ColourPop, and this is in the color Echo Park. I really, really love the ColourPop liquid lipsticks, you guys. Another must-have or must-try if you have not tried this already. They go on very smoothly. They don't crease into your fine lines. They go on, like I said, very smoothly. They dry instantly. They're not super, super drying to where your lips start to hurt after a while. Next thing, I'm going in with mascara. I'm absolutely loving this Arbonne. It's a long story mascara. It's beautiful. The wand is plastic. It's very lengthening, very volumizing, and it's a skincare product all in one. It makes your lashes fuller and longer through time, so it helps your lashes grow. As you guys can see, it gives you a lot of eyeshadow definition, as you guys can see a lot better in this picture. And that's the final look, you guys. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Leave me a thumbs up if you did, and please don't forget to subscribe. Bye, guys. Love you.